Hello everyone, welcome back to The Vault, King Drippy's Vault, where I pretty much just talk to you about gaming or whatever is in my head. So let's just go ahead and get started. So as you guys know, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, and man, it's still very good. One thing I kind of want to actually highlight today is the combat. It's this interesting feeling that in the beginning, the combat feels kind of clumsy. In a classic RPG fashion, you really do start out kind of feeling weak. I'm specifically talking about Nawe. But as you progress through the game, as you get more engravings, you start feeling very, very powerful. I mean, like, I'm using my ability to grapple enemies, kick them back, and then throw a smoke bomb while I'm skulking around waiting for an assassination. Or I'm using my kata to weaken an enemy and then repeatedly stab them and weaken them again. It just is very satisfying, but I'm only able to get to those levels of awesomeness once I'm at a higher level and I've explored the land. And that kind of brings me back to my other point. I'm feeling the power of the combat system, but only after playing for so long. And you know, if I was trying to rush through the game, I feel like I would not have been able to get this level of satisfaction. So again, like I said before, it's a slow burn. And I also want to talk about Yasuke, Nobunaga's one-man army. He really is that one-man army samurai. He just kind of goes into a room and just owns it. My only thing that I want to say, it's not necessarily a downside, but one of his abilities, which is very much like an anime ability, he sheaths his sword and then he launches at a character, and he can do it up to 2 times. It is an attack that has a very long range, and in very small rooms, it's a little bit awkward. And I find myself not wanting to use it, even though it's OP. It just looks weird. It's a small room, and then as you're zooming around, the tatami room is just getting destroyed. Doors are, falling apart and getting sliced up. It is a spectacle, but it's just kind of funny. So one way you can play with Yasuke is very reserved. So you use his riposte attacks. That's when an enemy attacks you and you block and then block again to actually counterattack. And then also perfect parrying is extremely satisfying. And as you upgrade Yasuke, you can perfect parry heavy attacks. And you can also do that with Nawe using her katana. And when you do that, it's chef's kiss. So yeah. Just wanted to let you guys know, really enjoying it, and the combat really starts to shine once you level up and get new abilities and get engravings. You can actually customize your combat in a very extensive way. So let's go ahead and move on to Space Marine 2. That game is fire. And right now they just launched their update 7, which brings a new operation and a lot of cool new cosmetics and prestiging. I really want to talk with you about the operation. I've only got a chance to play with it for about 1 hour, and the operation is really cool. If you don't know what operations are, there are these missions that you can go to that run alongside the campaign, and they're cooperative missions that you can play with other people online. And they're just a lot of fun, and they're also telling you the other side of the story. Right now, there's a total of 9 missions, and this is the newest one. And the coolest thing about this mission is that it takes place in the desert. There's sand blowing around everywhere, and then the boss fight that you are going to be encountering is showing its face throughout the whole entire mission. So as you're getting swarmed with other Tyranids, and underlings, you have this big guy just like coming out of the sand, just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take you out. And yeah, it's so awesome to see, and then obviously it culminates in a very cool boss fight. I don't want to spoil too much of it. You're gonna see some of it on the screen, but yeah, I encourage you to try the game out if you haven't. It's just a blast. I was talking about the PvP last week and how much fun that is. This operations mode is kind of equally on that same level. The only caveat is the time. Do you have the time to play it? The difference between a PvP match is it's going to last about 10 to 15 minutes, so it's easy to just drop in and drop out. But an operation is around 30 to 40 minutes. So it's a dedication thing, and it's a grind for resources to upgrade your character. So once you're in, you would feel bad to just leave your teammates, lagging behind. So it's one of those things where you really do need to set the time aside for it, but if you do have that time, I definitely encourage giving it a shot. And lastly, I want to talk about the DUALSENSE Edge. This controller came out, I believe, 2 years ago. My wife got it for me for Christmas. Thank you very much. And yeah, this, I don't want to say it's changed my gaming life, but it has made gaming extremely customizable and enjoyable. I've been able to take this controller here, the DualSense Edge, and every single button here that you see, you can customize utilizing the interface in the PlayStation 5. So it's extremely intuitive, super easy, and every customization that you make, you can assign a profile to it. So you can have up to 25 different profiles of different games that have different customizations to them. So whenever I'm playing a game, I'm always like, oh wait, what was I using for Cyberpunk? Or what was I using for Space Marine? What was I using for Need for Speed? All of that stuff you can just have here, and then whenever you're playing a game, you don't have to worry about how the developer mapped it. You can map it yourself. Also, it has these cool back paddles here. I use these all the time. I don't like to use the joystick to run. I prefer to press like the shoulder buttons, and then also that can contribute to stick drift. So a cool thing that I also want to point out is you can detach these. You can replace them, or you can just, use the compressed air, which it's super easy to clean because you can take it out. You can really get into the nooks and crannies. And of course, it comes with this really schwanky case and an extra long cable. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah. Definitely recommend the DualSense Edge if you want to take your gaming to a new customizable level. It's been super enjoyable. I've had it for like a couple years now, so yeah, I'm in love with it. And thank you guys so much for joining me on The Vault. Have a good one, and thank you for joining me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Laters.